Max speaking for the Court of Consciousness. Wanted to talk a bit about my belief on my witchcraft. I am a shadow magician and a chaos magician. Shadow magic is a form of healing that for me is deeply inspired by certain philosophies in, for example, Jungian psychology. The idea of the shadow, how I see it, is inspired by Jungian psychology. It is also, in my case, inspired by Abrahamic mythologies, and I do, in my craft specifically as a shadow mage, view shadows as a living sort of being or spirit or concept or construct that is a part of everyone and a part of the environment or world as well. Part of why I think shadow magic was so incredibly important to me is one of the ideas of what a shadow is it's essentially the part of you that's been disowned. It's the part of you that has been betrayed by you. It's the part of you that has been forsaken and abandoned. And after I myself was disowned, shadow magic became sort of a very integral core part of learning to accept and heal myself through very, very, very slowly integrating different parts of the concept of the shadow and making them from the unknown and from the unconscious into the known and the conscious. And this sort of transfusion process is similar to alchemy, is similar to turning the first matter and turning it into gold spiritually, and turning yourself into the philosopher's stone. And in our case, this process also led to us meeting a lot of our alters or psychological alters, who in our case, some of which are sort of angelic / demonic beings. And as a natural consequence of healing ourselves and learning about our shadow, this also brought to us and to our awareness the parts of ourself that were suppressed, who I know as their own sort of distinct people, who are my spiritual family members and very close friends of mine. And so shadow work has been really important to me, but it's not just psychological for me. It is also very deeply spiritual for me, and is part of how I met my spiritual family members, many of which are debatably shadow beings or have shadow forms, and who, in healing them, I am healing parts of myself and learning to heal each other. And chaos magic was the next thing. I am a chaos magician, and for me that means that I believe that I have a placard actually recently a friend gave me, and it says Chaos Coordinator. I put it on my chaos shrine. And to me, being a chaos magician means that my life has been, from the get-go, insanely chaotic, and that I am someone who has to make peace with chaos to survive, just to like actually live, because of how completely chaotic my upbringing was. And I do not, at this time, think that chaos has to be destructive or evil. I think that is one form it takes, and that raw chaos is sort of unlivable for a conscious being to inhabit, unless that being is the chaos, and that's a whole other can of worms. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that I transmute chaos into control in a way through understanding my own psychology and teaching myself different means. And I believe that chaos magic is a psychological lens of viewing magic through, and I believe that magic is psychological as much as it is anything else. I don't believe that it is only psychological, but I do believe that it can be approached through a psychological lens, and that this lens is just as valid as any other lens. and that for me, my chaos magic is in pretty much everything I do. I feel like it comes through in my music. I feel like it comes through in my art. I feel like it comes through whenever I'm putting intention behind any of my work. And I've reached a level in my craft where I no longer really see my magic as like a separate thing that I'm doing anymore. It's not really something I'm performing. I mean, sometimes I still do, and sometimes it is still necessary, but it's no longer generally something separate from myself that I see. It's a mission or extension of me, just like my art is an extension of my spirits. My magic is now an extension of my spirits as well, and I think that it is very deeply interconnected, and that actually magic is all around us all the time. It's just that we live in this world where everything is so superficial and fake that we've lost contact with the magic of our world, and people can't sense it because everything they're taught to believe that magic is a lie, is fantasy, is uh, completely ridiculous. And even though, yes, I have reached a level in my craft where I can do like things that seem impossible to people, like I can just talk to spirits whenever I want to talk to spirits. I can make shit happen that seems impossible, and I have reached a level in my craft where I am confidently able to bend the rules of my reality. And I do not deny this, and I do not deny that I am that powerful of a magician, but I also feel like there are subtler forms of magic that are in everyone's day to day, that they are just so wrapped up in all of this other crap that they're never going to really see it, or they're trained not to see it. And I think magic comes through in anything that you feel like you're connecting to something beyond yourself, be that art or science or any craft. If you are doing something and you feel like when you're doing that, that is what is right for you, I think that is a form of magic. That feeling is a form of magic, and I think people should chase whatever gives them that warmth